Welcome to Pocket Coaching. I'm Dr. Kate, and I am so grateful that you are joining me today. So, last week we talked about what I do as far as reflection for the year that is passing us. So, I start by going through my wins and highlights for the last year. I write about the gratitude that I have for the last year. And finally, I contemplate some of the lessons that I've learned from the last year. Today, we're going to talk about my second half of the process, which is looking into the year coming up. So for us, it would be 2025. And so I start that reflection by writing out what I want my wins and highlights to be for 2025. So I will write them as though I am reading them back next December, seeing what was actually accomplished. So I write them as though it's already next December, and I'm writing them out as though the year is already close to an end. So writing out your next year's wins and highlights. Second, I usually choose a word or a couple of words that just kind of reflect and help me kind of consider what I want my year to be about. I'll be honest, I haven't quite come up with my word for 2025 yet. But for 2024, I actually had 4 words. They were power, alignment, connections, and breakthrough. And I had a little mantra that went with them that I would journal about, that I would think about, and it was, I have the power to co-create a life I love. I am in alignment with my desires and the universe. I honor and am grateful for all of my connections. This is a breakthrough year. And that really just kind of helped me keep tethered to my goals and what I wanted to accomplish and what I was hoping for out of the year. And I will be honest, it was a breakthrough year. And I am so excited that so many breakthroughs happened for me personally, for me professionally, just in my own thought process and mindset. In so many different ways, it was a breakthrough year. So consider what your words of the year might be and write those down. And finally, I want you to set somewhere between 3 and 5 controllable goals for 2024. Now, what do I mean by controllable goals? This is not where we get into that whole concept of kind of a new year, new me, and we're going to make all of these huge changes, and I'm going to do all of these new amazing things, and I'm going to set these huge resolutions. Because we know that resolutions don't really work. We know that making big jumps from doing something completely different than you're already doing don't work. So what I want you to do is set 3 to 5 controllable goals. These are the micro steps that I like to talk about, right? When we're making changes, what are some of the micro steps that you are going to be doing day to day? What are some of the commitments that you are going to make to yourself in showing up for yourself? How might you maintain consistency? So my 2024 controllable goals were working out 3 to 5 times a week, walking 8,000 steps a day, getting outside every day, reading 1 book a month, and sending 2 pocket coaching messages to my email list every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, you know that I shifted that, and instead of doing pocket coaching every Tuesday and every Thursday, I shifted it to pocket coaching and a recovery moment because that felt more in alignment with what I wanted to give to you. And I've done most of these things. I didn't hit the 8,000 steps a day, and I didn't hit 3 to 5 times a week every single week. I will be honest, between January and June, I wasn't very consistent in any of this with the exception of pocket coaching and recovery moments and reading. I did read quite a bit. But when June hit, I really focused back in on my consistency with my physical health. And that's kind of where the first 3 goals were. So think about what you want your goals, your controllable goals, to be for 2025. What are some doable things that you can see yourself doing on a consistent basis, day to day, that's going to support you in achieving some of those wins and highlights that you're going to write about? I hope this lesson is helpful to you. I would love to hear some of your reflections as you think about this upcoming year and what you want to see and what your wins and highlights will be. I wish you, as always, to be well.